Okay, hello everyone. So today we will be discussing single phase full bridge rectifier with RL load. So the operation is quite similar to the previous bridge rectifier, but the difference is in the previous load we have discussed R R load. Here we will be discussing RL load. So I have discussed the property of inductor in your single phase half bridge rectifier. What it does that it delays the current cycle. Like suppose the output voltage gets to zero at pi, but because of the inductor the output current delays to current 0 to after pi. Okay, so that's the here this beta value. And what happens with this, because the current approaches to the, this is current, this is voltage, output voltage, because the current approaches to the zero value at beta, because of that the negative portion comes, the output has to conduct in the reverse bias also, yani the SCR has to conduct in the reverse bias also. So here also we will see the same operation, but here the difference is only is that there may be you can operate it in continuous mode as well as in discontinuous mode. So in continuous mode what happens, the current never touches to the zero value, while in the discontinuous mode the current can touches the zero value. Okay, so depending upon the inductor value the conduction happens. Now remember that the SCR, even though it is reverse bias, it is going to operate for a L load. That is not happening for the R load. Okay, so here the four SCR is there: T1, T2, T3, and T4. Now, this point has potential A, this point has potential B. Okay, VAB. So let us discuss that for when VAB is equal to Vs, that is the Vm sin omega t. Okay, so for the positive half cycle this will be your positive and this will be your negative. So let us assume first that the current direction I naught will be like this. Okay, V naught potential will be like this, and your source current will be like this, Is. So if the source current reverses, that is I can assume that it is negative. Okay, so here this is positive, as you can see here positive, your A potential will be positive and your B potential will be negative. Because of the potential this leg, if you see the leg, in this leg, the first leg, your T1 and T4, T1 will be forward bias, right, because of the potential, and T4 will be reverse bias because of the potential. Anode, your cathode has a potential here. Okay, positive potential. Because of B has a negative in between here. So because of that, T2 will be forward bias and T3 will be reverse bias. So these are the condition during your forward bias and reverse bias. Now talking about this cycle, when, so what happens with the current direction? So your T1 is forward bias during the forward cycle. When you fire it, yeah, that means when you gave the gate pulse, you can give the gate pulse only to T1 and T2. You can't give gate pulse to T3 and T4 as they are already reverse bias. So it will not conduct. So you the only possible conduction will be through T1 and T2. So when you give gate pulse to T1 and T2, the current will start flowing. So your current direction will be like this. It will come, Is will come like this. So current T1 will come and the current will go like this to the load, and through the load it will go to T2 and it will come back to T2 like this, right? So this is the current direction. So Is will be as per. So I can say that is and I naught has same direction, right? During forward bias condition. During VAB is equal to VS. Let us discuss when VBA is equal to VS. That is B is positive and A is negative. So A is negative here, B is positive here. Okay. So let us see here. Because the negative half cycle I am representing with the red line. Okay. So as A, here the reverse polarity happens when the negative half cycle operates. Okay. So because the negative is here, A potential will be negative and B potential will be positive. Because of that, T3 and T4 will be forward bias and your T1 and T2 will be reverse bias. Okay. So what will be the current direction? Current direction will be exactly opposite to the sub which we have assumed. We have assumed that the current will be in this direction. It will come out from this branch, this positive cycle, but it is coming out from this branch, right? So the current direction reverses. And how will be the current direction? Current will come from here, red cycle, just check the red cycle. So this will go to T3. T3 will operate. It will give the gate pulses to T3 and T4. So it will go like this to the load and it will go like this. So and T4 will conduct and then it will come back to the supply. Okay. So this is the cycle. So here I can say that I naught Is is negative I naught. Okay, because the polarity, because in the previous cycle we have assumed that the current direction coming out from this side, but now the current is coming from out from this side, right? So that's the reverse part. But because of the inductive load, those SCR that are reverse bias, like here these SCR that is reverse bias T4 and T3, and in this cycle T1 and T2, they may conduct. Okay, they may conduct depending upon the capacity of your inductor. The inductor stores charges like in this polarity, but it discharges like this. So I have discussed this in the previous lecture also, that inductor stores but reverses also, but it does not change the current direction. Because of that, the T3 and T4 will be reverse bias, T1 and T2 will be reverse bias. Okay, even after that reverse bias also, it will it can conduct. We'll check in the this waveform cycle. Okay, so I hope this explained. You must, it is quite similar with the R load only, the operation of this full bridge rectifier. Let us see the waveform. So here in the first cycle, so this is my Vs and this is my omega t, and this is my V naught and this is my omega t, and here this is my I naught and omega t. Okay, so let us see. So this is my positive half cycle. So I will assume that this black line is my VAB and your red line is your VBA. Okay, so VBA and VAB. Okay, so what happens that VBA is negative of VS. So during the positive half cycle, which two thyristor can conduct, that is your T1 and T2. For your negative half cycle, which two conducts, that is your T3 and T4. Okay, so let us suppose that this is my alpha. Suppose this is my alpha. Okay, so here we give the firing to T1 and T3. So as the load is your current stiff load, first we will draw the current direction. So the current starts from here. So the current starts from here, it rises to the peak value and it goes to beta. Now just see that current goes to beta before here. Okay, let us assume that this is alpha, this is pi, this is beta. Okay, this is pi plus alpha. So this point is pi plus alpha. Okay, so what happens that because of this cycle, as the beta is here in between, pi and pi plus alpha, so your conduction will be, so your output voltage will be, it goes to zero, output will trace your supply voltage only, but it has a negative portion till beta. Okay, but after beta your conduction will be from T3 and T4. Okay, so your conduction will be from T3 and T4. So current remains zero and it again starts from here. But the what happens is that it touches some point of zero here. Okay, it touches some point of zero here for some time interval, that is beta from pi plus alpha. For beta to pi plus alpha, the current touches. So it can, I can say that your inductor is having a lower capacity, value of inductor is having lower. That's why your I naught is discontinuous. Okay, discontinuous. So your waveform starts from, so your waveform starts from alpha and it goes to beta, and this beta value, what happens that your beta will be in between, beta will be pi plus, in between pi to pi plus alpha, right? So this is because of that also the discontinuity occurs. Okay, the inductor value is very low, that's why this happens. Okay, let us assume what happens with the inductor value if we have very large inductor is very large, high inductance. So I am changing the pen. Now the cycle will be of green cycle. Okay, so inductor is very large value. So what happens if your inductor is very large? Check the current cycle. So it will be starts conduction. It will start conduction. It will reach the peak value, and it goes to pi plus, but it will not touch your zero cycle. Okay, it will remain there, and it will again start from there. Okay, so current, what happens, current never touches the zero cycle. Okay, so this is the difference when you increase the current inductor value. So if you increase the current value, the inductor stores charge, and during this period, what happens during this period from pi to pi plus alpha, your T1 and T2 is reverse bias, but inductor is storing that much amount of value that even though the supply reverses, but inductor makes it conduct. So what will be the this cycle for your, when your inductor is large, you will get a waveform beyond beta also. So it will have this value. So this, okay. So the difference is your conduction. Now the what happens with the beta? beta does not remains for a large inductor. Your conduction will be your conduction will be here you can say that during this period when your discontinuous conduction occurs, T1 and T2 operates from alpha to beta. Okay, while when your inductor is large, T1 and T2 operates T1 and T2 operates from alpha to pi plus alpha. Okay, pi plus alpha. So this is the difference. Beta does not come. Beta, what is the beta point? Beta is in between pi to beta, pi to pi plus alpha. Okay. So during this period, during pi to pi plus alpha, during pi to pi plus alpha, T1 and T2 is reverse bias, but it is still conducting because your stores inductor has a energy, has large energy, so it has to dissipate its energy back to the source. That's why it is conducting during this period. Okay, I hope it's get cleared. Okay, so similar cycle happens with T3 and T4. So during this period you can say that T3 and T4 is reverse bias during this period. T3 and T4 is reverse bias, but it is conducting because of the inductor. So it goes on. So I have discussed two cycle. That is, one is your discontinuous cycle and that is one another is your continuous cycle. So during continuous cycle, what happens? That your current continuous cycle, the current never touches to the zero value. It goes on continuing. Okay. So later on, we will assume that your current we will assume that whenever we will say large inductance, so you assume that the current never touches to the zero value. It goes on cycle. It has a cycle. It goes on, never touches to the zero value. So you can we can say that this waveform is similar to a square shape. That green shape waveform is similar to, so this is the current. So when this is for large inductance. Whenever I will say large inductance, assume that the current output is completely DC. It never touches the zero value. Okay. So this is the change you must remember. Now let us calculate the values. So for your discontinuous current cycle, the current of when you see the discontinuous cycle, what will be your value? Discontinuity is because there will be alpha also and beta also. Okay, for discontinuous current, V naught will be, now your cycle time period cycle. If you see, it is pi. So after pi cycle, it is repeating. So I can say 1 upon pi integration alpha to beta, where beta lies between pi to pi plus alpha, Vm sin omega t. Okay, d omega t. So you put the value, so you will get Vm by pi sin omega t will be minus cos omega t. So you can say cos beta cos alpha minus cos beta, right? Okay, for your when for the cycle when I naught is continuous, that is your large inductance, I naught is continuous for large inductance, what happens? The period will be Vm by pi from alpha to pi plus alpha, Vm sin omega t d omega t. So what happens? So you can you we have already done it. It will be 2 Vm by pi, 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. You calculate it, you will get this. So what is the change? Your change is that for your negative half cycle, for your, there will be lower output voltage will be less. Okay, output voltage will be less compared. So uh, because this negative half cycle is coming, how will you remove this negative half cycle? We have seen in in the single phase half controlled rectifier that for because of that negative half cycle we put a freewheeling diode to replace it. So later on we will discuss it. So calculate, you can calculate the V naught RMS value for this also and for this also. So better calculate the V naught RMS value. Okay. Let us see. Let us see the value for. Let us draw one more diagram for your conduction of a SCR. So I assume that I am taking SCR T1. So T1 I am assuming that T1 is operating, and we will see the waveform against T1. Okay. So I am removing this I naught. So this is by VT1. Okay, VT1. So during this cycle, during alpha to beta, alpha to beta, alpha to beta, the T1 is conducting, T1 is conducting. So your if T1 is conducting, the output voltage will be zero, definitely, right? But it is not conducting during this cycle, so the reverse potential comes here. From beta, from beta to 2 pi, from beta to 2 pi, the T1 is not conducting, therefore the reverse potential will come in picture, but the reverse potential will be like this. Okay, now let us discuss what is the circuit turn off time. So this is circuit turn off time will be during the time which during which the T1 is reverse bias. So I can assume that this is my pi cycle. Okay, this is my pi cycle because this is my pi and this is my 2 pi. So this will be my pi cycle, and this is my beta cycle. I assume that this is my beta cycle. Okay, suppose this is my beta and this is my 2 pi. So definitely your T1 is not reverse for whole pi cycle. It is reverse bias for a this period less than pi cycle, right? This period. So how will you rate it? So omega Tc is equal to this pi cycle. So I can write 2 pi, this 2 pi minus beta. So Tc will be 2 pi minus 2 pi minus beta upon omega. So this is my end point. Okay, and this is my beta. So in this period, during this period only, it is reverse bias. That's the, so your reverse bias condition or circuit turn off time is less compared to R load. For R load, it was completely a pi cycle. You can check that. So that's the difference here. Okay, let's discuss your supply source current. Let us discuss the source current. So for the source current, assume, let us, okay, we'll see both the source current, whether it is continuous or discontinuous. Okay. So I have already told you that during the source current, your this cycle will be positive, and so your source current, if you see the cycle here, so during when your VAB is positive, source current is equal to load current, but when VBA is there, source current is of reverse condition, that is negative of load current. Okay, so that's why if you draw, so load current is of this side, this type, what will happen for the source current for the negative half cycle? So negative half cycle will be of this cycle. So the source current is of negative I naught. So this is my source current I naught. Okay. If my inductor is very large, that is continuous conduction, I naught is continuous. So I have already told you, when I naught is continuous, I naught, the shape will be, the shape of I naught will be square shape, right? Square shape. So conduction will be, so this during this cycle, T1 and T2 is operating pi till pi plus alpha, from alpha to pi plus alpha. T1 and T2 is operating. So current is plus I naught, and for after pi plus alpha, the current cycle reverses. So your current, supply current is positive and then negative, then positive. So it is an AC supply. Oh, okay. So always remember, from if you see the takeaway points, whenever I will say that the load is having very high inductor, don't draw the shape of the load current. Only draw the load current will be of square shape, that is pure DC, pure DC. Okay. Always remember this. Whenever the inductor is very high, the conduction will be there. It will never let the load current touches to the zero value. So the load current always becomes continuous. Okay. So that is one of the feature of this load. I hope this is clear. I'll give you some numerical for the gate problem, and we will discuss it tomorrow inshallah. And your doubts, if you have a doubts, whenever I will share the link of my lecture tomorrow, we will have both the lectures. Okay. So tomorrow we will have inshallah your doubts clearing session, also interaction classes, as well as I'll upload the video also. But when I will put the this video, suppose the link, please comment your doubts, because you have to type it out in the interaction and we waste the time. Okay. Okay, thank you.